And welcome to a rather warm and humid day in the deserts of eastern Washington. I'm kind of exploring today. Just randomly saw a picture of something that's potentially in this mine site that really piqued my interest. So I decided to make a trip, because I was already planning on making a trip to a couple other mines today. So I've walked up perhaps half a mile of very old road that was rehabilitated in the early 2000s. It's, you can kind of see the roadbed there as I follow it. But there's a bunch of old waste rock piles like that over there. And then the reason I turned the camera on is because of this pile here. This is a very nice pile of what appears to be small amounts of ore and pyrites and other associated minerals, such as all the stuff that's appearing on this rock, for instance. It's actually pretty nice. I can see the shine of some gold pyrite on there, and I believe it might be sphalerite that is also on that rock. So I'm going to take a couple samples from here. But yeah, these rocks are, yeah, look at that. That is obviously pyrite right there. So there's some great samples to be had. Ooh, there's actually some copper mineralization. Yeah. Thought I saw some blood on my hand. There's some copper mineralization there as well. That is actually pretty interesting. This mine specifically is a pretty well-known site for silver and zinc. I'm actually close to one of the largest zinc specific mines in the country. So there's some definite influences of the different ores around here. But mostly wanted to show everyone kind of what it looks like around the outside of a mine site that has been rehabilitated. The Forest Service worked with some outside contractors in, I believe, 2008 to 2009 to rehab this area. Mosquitoes are all over the place out here. And this site beforehand had been completely covered in a couple of buildings, lots of different left behind machinery, lots of metal, glass, and apparently quite a lot of lead and arsenic coming out of the water up above, and the main adit is just up there. I saw it on the walk up. But this is what a rehabilitated site looks like. There would have been an adit probably right there in the past. I think I can see where it was in that little stack of trees there. But it's almost looking natural. I was commenting to myself on the way up, you almost can't tell that this was mined. It's pretty nice in those respects. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up a few samples and keep walking and see what I can't find, because the main adit might be open, but we'll have to see. So I'll catch you hopefully in a couple minutes. Alright, so this is going to blow the continuity of things a little bit, but I've already been up to the top and the entrance of the mine here. But I had to come back down and get a little look at these. So I've never actually seen these intact in person before. These are small little scoops, or little buckets, that would be kind of on a little conveyor belt, which would move typically ore up or down, or kind of wherever it's needed. Most often within a mill, which is interesting because this site did not have a mill. Mosquitoes. But these are really cool and pretty rare, especially intact from what I've seen. So, could mean that there's quite a few intact, really cool, historically important artifacts on the inside. So I'm going to take a few pictures of these, and then, well, I'm getting out of here for now. I've got at least one more mine to check out today. It's a bit more of a drive past this location. And having come up from down there, this is the main entrance to this mine. It is definitely gated and closed. I kind of wonder how that other party got in. I'm gonna have to do some research, but this is gonna stop me for today, here, anyway. This specific spot is very promising, a few thousand feet of tunnel, and there's an enormous amount of cold air coming out of this, so there's definitely ways to get in. Other ways to get in. But I saw a squirrel over here. But yeah, I'm gonna investigate for some minerals. Should hopefully be some other things hanging around here. There is this large chunk of what I believe to be sphalerite, which was one of the primary minerals here. So, well, I've made it inside the Oriole. I'm not quite sure how far I'm gonna go, because it is deep, really cold water. Let's see if I can't get this pipe out a little bit faster. Oh wow. Okay. Might come back with later. We'll see. Let's see how different it gets in here, because it's deep water. Really cool looking stuff, but it's deep, deep water here. It's only a little cold, I guess. Let's see if this pipe now flow a little faster. For a little bit. Yes, I can have a little faster, but well, that's kind of scary sound. Alright, well, there's the original floor of the mine. It's probably 2 feet below me here. Here I am having to face my fears, and that's the kind of sound I'm making myself deal with. Real smart guy. Alright. So I think I can scoot around the side of this here. It's kind of hard to tell much. Well, thankfully this water's not going to be disturbed too much. But it is very cold, and it's just gone over the top of my boots. Officially made the decision to continue. I wonder what that box is. Kind of interesting. I wonder if this plank is here to have you get around to the other side where it's shallower. Might be. Yeah, that'll hold me. It's probably on the floor. Let's get around the track here at the entrance. The track and the piping. Alright. This is going to be a first. I'm going to be brutally honest. I am absolutely terrified of the dark, so wish me luck, ladies and gentlemen. Wish me some extreme fear abatement as well. I think that's a switching box now that I look at it. That's actually really cool. And the track is in great shape here. Like, that is almost perfectly preserved. I bet if I stepped on it, it would break, but really, I think this is like an original sump here, even underneath everything. That's actually really cool. Alright, well, this board is going to hold up. Now, at least, as I scoot past and hold on to all the limestone walls. There's some quartz veins on the side of the wall there. A little hard for you guys to see because it's way too bright with the light, but I can see it. Oh, this is not the coldest mine I've ever been in, but damn is it close. Oh. There's a raise coming up here. There's also that incredibly well preserved, like, flower-shaped valve stem there. Love that. Small raise on a vein here. It's pretty nice stuff. Definitely went off that way, and they carved out a vein here that has collapsed a bit. That one faces, I believe. Yeah, it looks like there used to be a wooden dam there. So, really interesting little vein here, though. Pretty neat, actually. But yeah. This one it absolutely faces. I can see that way down there. Just straight down. That one doesn't go anywhere. That was probably to provide water for the drills. Man. Might not actually make it very far in this. I can see a lot of flooding up ahead. Let's see how things go as I walk along the pipe. Ooh, that's a lot of pipe. The pipe and the ore rails. Try to stay out of the water. I'm not wearing the clothing that's appropriate for this kind of explorer. There's still a lot of air movement in front of me here. The pipe almost looks brand new. Wow. Quite surprising, actually. It's a rich vein is something over there. But I'm not sure what. Another pretty obvious vein structure there. Interesting. Alright. Feeling pretty good about this explore so far. Feel quite a lot less good about it as I get out here. But this water's not getting stirred up a whole lot. That's nice. I can appreciate it. Appreciate it more if there wasn't water in here, though. Though I do understand the need to put water in here. Red material there. Interesting stuff. Drill hole. Used to hold something up and never have passed there. Alright, the water does level out and leave. up there, but there's the entrance. Maybe 150 feet in, if that. Not a significant distance. Ooh, there's powdery material there. That's interesting. Oh wow. It's dead quiet in here. It's pretty interesting. I haven't really ever been in a mine that's this quiet. Even creepier, to be honest. Ooh, that's some like pure quartz right there. Wow. That is just white. It came from that vein right up there. Hard to see for you guys, but for me, it's not too easy. I'm gonna give this flashlight a break for a second. Let's swap it out with another one. I've got two very powerful flashlights I brought with me today. They just have very different colors, so color temperature sort of not that weird on the camera. So this absolutely just continues on. The rail just goes and goes. There's the original. Water, drainage. There's in the bed. Probably just me talking. Very easy to tell if this mine has been entered. And as I was saying earlier, it has been completely closed up. There's weird shiny powder all over kind of all of this stuff. See it kind of there, there. That's actually pretty interesting. Huh. The rock has changed. Or it might be covered in a dusting of some material. It is no longer a pure white limestone. Oh. Wow. That color. So you guys can actually see it. That color is very nice, very impressive. Oh, I'm standing on the rail here and it is solid. Whoever built this did a very good job. Okay. I'm kind of forgetting to drag the camera up to this here. But, well, you guys can't even tell. Look at that seam. The folding and everything was off in this direction here. I'd assume this is an ore chute over here. I'm going to check it out real quick. There's nothing in the opposite direction. Just the tunnel and then this ore chute, I believe, on to the left. Oh, it's going to be a real displeasure to disturb all this material. Hand is getting hot. Ow. Yeah, it's an ore chute over here. Probably a separate drift. Ooh, look at that material. Wow. This is a beautiful mine. Oh my goodness. Metal ore chute cover and everything. Wow. That is something special right there. It's completely intact. Although, it doesn't necessarily appear to have failed per se, but the ground is just covered in ore, it looks like. I think that's sphalerite, the brown on that. Maybe? Certainly a rich quartz vein with all sorts of things in it. There's a chunk of metal and stuff in there, so it might have failed. But beautiful otherwise. I don't think I'm going to go that way. Looks like they kind of just tossed a bunch of trash in that direction previously. And if it does go in the direction I'm thinking it will, then it'll meet up with the actual main tunnel, which is just over here. Really not some grand distance away or anything. It's just right there. I think I see a dip off to the left. Yeah, the tracks dip off to the left there. Ooh, I can smell sulfur right there. Which is not a extreme occurrence around here. See, the veins of things in this mining district don't have huge presences of sulfide smells, even though they can most certainly contain large numbers of sulfides and sulfide adjacent minerals. Holy cow. Big little accumulator down there. They were drilling this way. That's the compressed air line, and I don't know if that's a regular air line or a water line next to it, but wow. Oh, that's a manway. That's probably to the upper level where that ore chute tops out at. Interesting. That's a very precarious way of doing it. I like it though. Shows some ingenuity. They definitely followed more than one vein up, I'd say. And this flashlight only really has two settings. It's hot and really bright, or not so bright and no light at all. Well, not hot and light at all, more like it. Yeah, interesting little veins they had here. Almost looks like limonite or something there. That material. But might even be hematite. I'm not sure though. It's pretty interesting actually. All these valves and such. And the accumulator, that is an old school one. For sure. I love it. I'll take a couple pictures of that on the way out. And this is a pretty solid vein of something they didn't decide was worth following. Huh. And I'd say this is a collapse here, and it does not appear to be flooded beyond it. Yeah, the water's flowing out pretty nicely, so. Looks like the rats live here. Vein probably of mostly sphalerite. A little bit of sulfides, perhaps. A lot of brown in it, even from this distance, like right there. A lot of what I would call brown. I'm not quite. Yep, there we go. Wasn't quite sure on footing there. Ground is definitely not good right here. Yeah, that looks like sphalerite. Very brown. Typically around here, that kind of brown indicates zinc deposits, which would make sense as the largest mine in this district is a zinc mine with silver and lead as byproducts. Ooh, there's some nice bubbling up over there. Very neat. Very nice. Okay, well, I said it wasn't deep water, but there's water, and this is much warmer water. Which is more concerning. Because the air has not gotten warmer. Actually, no. The air is noticeably warmer right now. It's interesting. Okay. Well, continue on and try not to make the rail airline collapse any further. Am I disturbing too much? No, I can see my way back. Okay. Exploring earlier here. Yeah, that is like iron staining to the max. For sure. Wow. Really cool. Like terraces up there. I really love it. Oh, look at those colors right there. My goodness. Wow. Okay. Definitely taking pictures on the way out. I only brought one camera battery and one light battery for each of my lights, so I kind of am limited on time. But, wow. Some sort of box there, I'd say. Water's coming from the right. I'd say this is probably where I was told that there was an internal shaft. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Wow, the material here is very full of just all sorts of minerals. Okay, I'm showing you guys out. Look at that. All sorts of pyrites. Copper minerals. Wow. You actually see my breath moving. I don't know if you come across on camera, but wow, there's a lot of air movement in here. It's not very typical. I'm standing on top of the shaft. Okay, that's something I'm gonna avoid. Wow. Very blue water over there. That's awesome in a way, but very precarious. Oh, the piston over there and then the hoist. Wow. Okay. I gotta get around to get that properly then. Did I disturb the rock too much? Yes, I did. I might have to grab a sample, but wow. That's everything I was hoping it would be. This is just something I was hoping it wouldn't be. It is very polluted water that I have to walk right through. Lots of decayed wood and all sorts of material. And then what looks like some sort of powder on the surface of the water. Ooh, this water is warm. Alright, I'm not going to stick around here for very long. Oh, no, this water is actually not very warm. It just went over my boots. Felt good. But, wow. Okay. There is the hoist. Wow. So this would have been steam powered for sure. That piston over there is what indicates it to me. I believe it's a steam powered piston anyway. I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to find bits of pipe I can stand on because this, I don't want to go any further out really. I can see that hoist is leaning into the shaft there. Wow. That's awesome, man. That is just awesome. Alright folks, I'm going to take a couple pictures and then we're going to keep admiring this. And now that I've taken a few pictures of everything over there, I'm hearing a whole bunch of weird sounds, so I'm getting a little scared. But that's just kind of the dark and mines and stuff. But this hoist is just absolutely incredible. Like, I'm kind of honestly just blown away. Because it's obviously steam powered. Or maybe even air powered. Oh, it might be air powered. Because it's got two pistons, one on each side. And then that is a lot of steel cable. The operator would have just sat right there. Just turn on the lights, a little dark in here. The operator would have sat where that long metal rod is. That's, I think, an improvised one that they put on top. The original probably broke. But that is absolutely what ran material up and down the shaft. That might even be an air compressor over there, a small one. Maybe? I have to say I don't know. But that is awesome. So I can't walk any further out because this would have been a wooden bridge over the shaft. That's just on the other side of the hoist. The hoist is probably even sitting on it halfway. I can certainly see wood all over the place over there. And then it dips down immediately, so I'm not going to go any further. In fact, I'm going to start walking back because I want to get out of this rather strange material. strange looking water. What's in there? It's kinda weird fungus growing on that board, on a few other boards and such. My hand burning. These flashlights warm up too fast. So we'll start making our way back out of the mine. But this one was well worth coming into even on my own. And relatively stable. The mine is just full of artifacts that I had not expected to be here. Because, wow. That is awesome. I'm gonna grab a couple samples of rock here actually. If I can, because there's a couple promising ones here. Like, look at this. I think, oh, this is heavy, actually. This has some weight to it. I gotta set this so I can turn down the brightness. There we go. That has some weight to it, that one right there in the middle of the screen. I wouldn't be surprised if it's mostly pyrite. Would not be surprised, really. As this big old sample right here is, oh, that's actually, that might be galena and pyrite. I certainly think that that's sphalerite on there as well, but I don't know. Might actually be galena, because galena is listed as a primary metal here at this location. I would not necessarily be surprised if they found a lot. Some of these veins are pretty big. I think most of this shaft station slash stope was on a vein, because they just immediately dipped down. So make a lot of sense that way. Honestly, it's a little hard to hold on to my camera and everything still. But we'll keep going here. See you in the video. So I do love this rail. And the material in this mine, oh, okay, they bent some rail there for some reason. That is aggressively bent, like they were going to make a turn. They did not make a turn in the shaft though, so that's pretty interesting. Wonder what they were making a turn for. Because there's already rail that was placed. Wow. Look at that. Look at the bending and the amount of force it would have taken to bend that limestone. Wow. It's so blocky. Alright, I gotta take a couple pictures of this. I will be right back, folks. Alright. Now that we're back, I'll edit my samples. Okay, well, never mind. We're not back quite yet. Forgot to take a picture of that. And the beauty that that is. Give me a second here, folks. This mine is just awesome. I gotta come back to this one with the full group. And as we're walking along, turn up the brightness on my headlamp so I don't see another flashlight. Really bubbly material here. Very nice. This is where my paranoia is going to come in a little bit. Gotta stop thinking about it though. Up and along the collapse. Yeah, I think that's gotta be either really iron dense or really sphalerite dense. And then it's just really white to where the calcite is falling down from the ceiling. I love it. It's so bright though. It's hard to capture on camera. It's that bright. Ooh. Okay. There's a sort of mud on the wall. It's pretty interesting. It's probably dust. Perhaps even from the original workings. And sulfur-rich material here. I wouldn't call it sulfide. It's not mineralized, it's just kind of a vein of sulfur. Really dusty. We're back to the accumulator. Whoa, this thing looks beautiful. Then, oh wow. The ground is really good here. That echo continues on for a while. I'm going to take a couple pictures of the accumulator, then we're going to continue on out. Alright, and we're just past the accumulator. But never mind, I love these older valve covers. Boots letting out some air there. I love these older valves. And, man, they were really not concerned about the pipes exploding from the pressure of the air or anything here. It just kind of went whichever way they wanted. Pretty cool, actually, I think. Huh. Then there's that tiny little stall there. Love it. The rock in here is charitably not the best when it's just quartz and limestone. Some big quartz veins though. I've seen glimpses of quartz veins just all over the place here. It's all over the floor. The veins certainly follow the quartz. Or the miners certainly follow the quartz. And the veins do too, but typically that's because they're made up of quartz. Alright. Wow, that's a lot of double dynamite boxes. That might be a stick of dynamite there as well. Okay. Well. Now I gotta look at it. No, that's an old pipe. Okay. That makes more sense. And there's still being a stick of dynamite here. This mine was active in the late 1800s, early 1900s, as all the other mines in the area were. And there's not a lot going on afterwards, so all the good stuff would have been taken, like dynamite and everything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take a few pictures of the rail junctions here, and that ore chute over there, and then I think that's it. Most everything has been seen here. So, I will hopefully join you outside in just a few minutes, or probably take you all the way out, so I have someone to talk to. Alright, we finished at the ore chute, taking pictures of all the colors and everything there. And I promise, we're going to walk out now. It's now like 10 minutes after I said I was going to take pictures, so we're just officially starting to walk back. These pipes, man. These pipes are still in remarkable shape for being so rusted. I can easily walk on them. And they're fairly long. There's still quite a few of them left here. Those rock samples are in my front jacket pocket. They're not super convenient to let smack against my lap and everything. Pretty neat. No, the material in here is incredible. There's one other mine I've been to a bit further north, I guess, but in similar circumstances, just limestone and absolutely filled with all sorts of sphalerite, galena, and pyrite deposits. Very similar material, actually. Might even be a long-lost vein or something, but it just reminds me so much of this one. This one is in much less secure ground, though. I have to say that. I keep looking back because I'm scared something's following me. I keep hearing sounds. Oh man, can't see it beyond all the shimmering water, but that's definitely compressed air pipe. For sure. Wow. You really have a air current blowing right past me, and it's kind of compressed because the amount of water that's in the tunnel is decreasing the volume of air that can pass through a single spot, or actually increasing decreasing the overall amount of air that can pass through at a certain speed. So it has to increase speed to keep up the same amount of total air movement. I'm just rambling. I hope you know what I'm talking about, folks, because the compression of the water forces air to move faster. That's what I'm getting at. Oh my gosh, I love the color that's left on these pipes. It's sort of a calcite film. It's actually kind of remarkable that it's not impeding the color of the pipes in a way. Alright, let's step everything that's not the ties. Alright. This water is very cold. Holy shit, that water's cold. Alright. That is painfully cold water. I'm gonna have to wade through even more here in a second. That's not very fun. But I'm at that junction kind of right at the beginning of the mine. So, making a pretty good time getting out. And there's that dam and that section that faces off. Not sure why they would have gone so far to face that section, because it's actually really interesting. But way back in the day, that would have cost an enormous amount of money to drill and blast for virtually no benefit. So that's interesting. I'm going to take a couple pictures of this. Wow, that's some cold water. Oh, I fell into really cold water. I'm going to head on out of here. See you folks in a minute. And we're on the outside of the mine again. I'm not going to show you the getting in and out, but I can say that it's not exactly the easiest to get in and out of. But this was an awesome mine. Definitely have to come back with a couple other folks and probably some waders. The boots and leg are covered in water, and it is very cold. It's going to be about a half-mile hike back down to the truck before I can change out of these, so it's going to be kind of miserable. But I can still just feel the air screaming out of the mine. So, very good day. Thank you for joining me, folks. I really appreciate you being here to see me conquer some fears. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next one.